Give me a break. Dave Roberts is so damn soft. Ahead of tonight's game, he has called out Manny Machado and said that he put the Dodgers in danger. So let's break down this ridiculousness and much more on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. What's up, everybody? Welcome into 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and today we got to break down the comments from Dave Roberts, the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who called out Manny Machado, saying that he meant to hurt him and was out of line and intended to do all of these terrible things to him, but all he did was just toss the ball back to the dugout for the ball boy to send into the crowd. But whatever. Before we get into the video, I want to let you know that a large majority of you watching these are not subscribed. So go ahead, hit that sub button. We're around 3% of you watching these videos who are subscribed. So we got to get that number up and the top number down a little bit. But anyways, the support has been great. So thank you guys so much for that. Let's get straight into it. Dude, Dave Roberts acted like Machado threw the ball on a line an inch past his head, when in reality it bounced like 5 times and he didn't even notice it was thrown until Teoscar said something. So that's number one. And this is how Dave Roberts feels sitting in the dugout with Machado at third. So he's in the trenches right there. Dave Roberts, you gotta look out, man. It's dangerous out there. And praying for Dave Roberts and the Los Angeles players in this tough time, says Johnny Junta. After he was basically quote tweeting something that Jeff Passan offered as an alternate camera angle to what actually went down there. And Dave Roberts had this to say: "It was unsettling. Didn't hit me because there was a net. If it was intended at me, it's disrespectful. I don't know his intent. The ball was directed at me, was something behind it." So, first of all, he says, "I'm not sure if it was intended at me." And then he goes on to say it was intended at me and there was a little something behind that baseball. Dave Roberts, make up your mind, man. Make up your mind. You're so soft, dude. You're so soft. And this is why nobody likes the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm not a Padres fan. I have become a Padres fan for this playoff run, and I'm all in on them winning the World Series. But at heart, I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan. But even before all of this happened, and all of you Padre fans turned me over to your side of the fence, nobody likes the Dodgers. I love Shohei. I think he's a great player, and I think they got some fantastic players that are really talented on that team. But Dave Roberts makes it really hard to like the Los Angeles Dodgers, as do the fans who are throwing stuff on the field, who are interrupting the game for 15 to 20 minutes at a time, throwing baseballs at Jurickson Profar. Like, I understand that maybe you're riled up and it's a playoff atmosphere. I get all of that. But you don't see any other fan base doing that. At least not in the past couple of years. And Blue Jay fans have been kind of guilty of doing that as well in the past, where they were throwing beer cans and stuff in the Orioles game against the Texas Rangers, like whatever. I know that it happens once in a while, but that was just ridiculous what happened out there. And then Dave Roberts has nothing to say about that, but he has everything to say about Manny Machado flipping a ball over to the dugout for the ball boy to get and flip over into the crowd. I just don't understand. Pick your battles here. Dave Roberts, you better start focusing on baseball and how to manage a ball club, because it's going to be year after year after year where the Dodgers fail in the playoffs and could have their Mickey Mouse ring in 2020, the COVID shortened season, whatever you want to call that. But apart from them winning that year in the COVID shortened season, there has been no playoff success to talk about. And they make the playoffs every year. They win the division every year. And year in, year out, they have one of the most talented rosters ever. And even more so this season with Shohei Ohtani leading off for you every game. And I know the pitching has gone through its ups and downs and their injuries and whatnot, but you have one of the best lineups ever formulated in Major League Baseball history. And if you crash out again in the playoffs, that falls directly on Dave Roberts. And I think they are going to crash out against the Padres in 5 games, and Roberts is going to be fired. Roberts will be fired, and for good reason. He's a terrible manager. And you could see that his priorities are clearly out of whack when he's talking about Manny Machado post game and not the 10-2 loss that you just got handed to by the San Diego Padres. I don't understand what he's talking about. The Padres are going to win tonight as well with Michael King on the mound. I am making that declaration. And Dave Roberts is going to have a lot of answering to do post game when they go down 2-1. And we we're talking about them facing elimination in game 4 in San Diego in front of a raucous crowd. Like, this is not going to be easy for either team. Now, I'm saying the Padres are going to win tonight, but it's possible that they lose. And the Dodgers could go up 2-1, and then they have all the momentum in their favor. That's entirely possible as well. But I really think San Diego will put the foot on the gas from the first inning tonight. And I also feel that the Dodgers' focus is going to be elsewhere. Jurickson Profar robbing that home run in the first inning. That that kind of set the tone for the rest of the ball game, and that just showed that, wow, okay, well, let's try to get the fan base back into it, and then Yu Darvish settled in and cruised through 7 innings. So it's a good series so far. I mean, one blowout loss and one close game in in the first game of that series. I expect it to go down to the wire. I expect it to go all the way to 5, but man, Dave Roberts, you got to figure this thing out, man. You got to figure it out because you can't be worried about what Manny Machado is doing and not worrying about your team just getting shellacked 10-2. I think that's the bigger issue at hand here. So start focusing on that. Start focusing on the baseball aspect of things, and stop playing victim. And another thing, Joe Davis is the worst possible announcer for this series. I like him overall, but the fact that he is supposed to be calling this series down the middle and saying that the Dodgers are underdogs, this is why nobody likes the Dodgers. I wanted to rant, and I wanted to include Dave Roberts in this rant because I cannot stand that team. I really can't. And every time I watch them, they get less and less likable, and they're even less likable now that Joe Davis is calling their games for a national audience when he's clearly inherently biased towards the Los Angeles Dodgers. That'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm infuriated right now. I want the Dodgers to get spanked tonight, and I hope that Michael King just absolutely carves them, and he will. He will carve them. So that'll wrap it up for this episode. Let's go Padres. They're going to get the job done tonight, and I cannot wait to watch this game. And thank you to Baseball Town as well for sponsoring this channel. They're a huge supporter, so it would not be possible without them. Check them out today. The best equipment at the most competitive prices, and I will see you all tomorrow recapping the game.